Okay, good morning, everybody. Thanks so much for coming out. If one thing is consistent on this day, we don't know what the weather's going to be like. We've been out here, when it's been like 35 and windy and sleety, and now we got our sun protection on today. But Joe's going to tell us later what's going to happen this winter. That's the really important thing. So thanks, everybody, for coming out. Dan Johnson, Metro Councilman, thank you for being here. We appreciate that. And good morning, everybody. Let's see what's going to happen today. So for all of our folks here, this is a big media shot is what this is, right? So we don't have like a throng of thousands of people here, but they will see it on TV tonight. So for all of Louisville to see, please say thank you to the Louisville Snow Team that's here in front of us today. These guys do a fantastic job. You're looking at a group of folks that know how to get the work done. We've seen that time and time over the past couple years, and I am confident they will do it again this winter, no matter what Mother Nature throws at us. So this year, too, we're doing it with some new equipment. Public Works has spent over $1.6 million to update its fleet of plowing vehicles with 14 new trucks, and the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet District 5 office has added another 3 new vehicles that Metro will use on state roads in the city. So when you take a look around at our gear, it looks like we're in good shape. We got some new painted trucks. We've got some just new trucks as well. We've got some beautiful artwork back here as well. Let's take a look at those. Tommy Frazor with his artsy truck here. Tommy, come up here and tell us a little bit about your inspiration behind all this, huh? Ladies and gentlemen, Tommy Frazor!
Thank you for having me up here. I just made a plow this year. I try to do one every year that's popular that year, and this year's Pokemon. Kids and adults loving Pokemon this year, so this is what I came up with at the last minute. No, sir. Thank you, man.
Thank you, Tommy. All right, let's leave it at that. Larry Humphrey, come on up here. We got a new safety emphasis on this plow. Larry, thank you, brother. What's going on?
Basically, the plow is to show the togetherness of the safety for the community and also for the workers of Metro to make sure that everyone keeps safety on their mind. So that was the theme of the plow, basically.
Great job. Great job for that. And so we're showcasing our new Aim for Zero motto as well. Venessa, you want to tell us a little about Aim for Zero? I'm just calling people up here ad hoc here, so who knows who's next. Okay, Venessa Burns.
I actually am going to introduce somebody else who really was the inspiration behind all this, and that was Chris Scanahorn, who decided we were going to have a public works contest, and I just want him to come up here real quick. Come on, Smurf.
First off, I'd like to thank you to everyone here. This A4Z's for all you all. Buy into it, live and breathe by it. Thank you.
Nobody ever complained about a short speech. Good job, man. No, it's been really cool to see how you all have, the safety culture has evolved over the past several years or so, and how the team really pulls together around that. So good job to everybody, and when the plow's coming around Louisville, we'll remind our citizens of that as well. So I really appreciate your all's culture and having the right tools to get the job done as well. So a couple numbers. We got 265 people in 4 separate departments led by Public Works under Director Venessa Burns, who come together to make sure our roads are safe when foul weather hits us this winter, and it will hit us, we just don't know when. Then Public Works is joined by Metro Parks, Marty Storch and his team. Thank you all very much for being here. Department of Codes and Regulations is in the house as well on the team. And our Fleet and Facilities Department has just done a wonderful job on keeping our gear up and running. They went through a major quality improvement revolution there, so thanks to all the guys at Fleet for doing that. So they maintain 160 vehicles and pieces of heavy equipment to keep our roads clear. We're going to start this year with 32,500 tons of salt. So we're ready. And if we need more, we can get that as well, but let's hope we don't need it. So during snow events for the public out here, you'll be able to track the progress of our snow plows in your area through the interactive map on the Louisville website. So just go to louisvilleky.gov and you can say where you're at, and then it'll tell you where the plows are going to be. Then Public Works will also post the latest snow fighting progress on Twitter. And that's the Louisville Twitter handle, LouPubWorks, LOUPUBWORKS. Now, the snow team has a new leader this year, Brian Funk. We're happy to join him to the team. He was appointed the Public Works Assistant Director of Roads and Operations in September, and Brian's going to share a few words with us now. Please welcome Brian Funk.
Okay, thank you, Mayor Fischer, and good morning, everyone. I've been on the job, as the mayor mentioned, for just short of 2 months. But one thing has come through clearly in that period of time. As the mayor has said, that this group of people make up the snow team are dedicated towards wanting to perform and provide a quality service when called into snow action. They understand that every instance of snow and ice is very important to our residents and businesses, and that we need to be adequately prepared before the bad weather arrives to keep our roads safe. Everyone on the team provides a clearly defined role. Also, I appreciate that those who have been here providing that service for many years also are willing to update and train and educate those who are newer team members. Part of that knowledge that they pass on is the safety, as was mentioned earlier by the mayor and others. As everybody knows now, as a result of the last couple of minutes, our new slogan is Aim for Zero. That means a desire for zero accidents and injuries. Citizens could help us aim for zero by making sure that during snow events that they give some room for our plows to provide their services, and be patient with us as we provide that service for them. I'm looking forward to working with all of our partners, as mentioned by the mayor, on the snow team, and to respond what nature brings us to this winter. So thank you very much.
Brian, where'd you come from? You come from Connecticut?
Connecticut, last 29 years.
Okay, Brian's been in Connecticut for the last 29 years. Just a pop quiz here.
Oh, geez.
Well, this is pretty easy. I mean, so here we are in Louisville on November the 3rd today? It's pretty nice. I mean, what's the difference between Louisville and Connecticut in terms of preparing for snow and ice?
Well, up there, they've actually had snow already. Up in the Litchfield Hills, as they call it, in the northwest corner, they've had a couple inches. And in the Hartford area, I think they had 2 inches last week before, whatever it was. So that's a bit early for them. But this time of year, November 1st, we're ready and raring to go up there. But we get, or used to get, probably 3 to 4 times the amount of snow that we get here. So but nevertheless, whatever snow and ice we get, as I mentioned, we're going to do as best we can.
All right, so an easy job here compared to there. And are you a Yukon Husky fan?
Absolutely.
Okay, aren't they on some kind of probation? Is that's
Used to be.
Oh, used to be.
Used to be.
Okay. At least he's not wearing a Yukon hat here. That would be a real issue.
Like some other people we know.
Yeah, okay. Well, Brian, it's nice to have you on the team.
Thank you, Mayor.
Okay. All right, thanks everybody for that. All right, now we'd also know, I saw Robert Kirchdorfer here. Robert, thank you for the good job that you and your team does, and Keith Hackett as well. One of the things I love here about how we all work together as a team, and that includes the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet, big partner for the year. In the winter, that means snow and ice remove on interstate highways, run through Louisville. We seem to get blamed for everything, no matter if we're in charge of it or not. But we have a good partner with the State Transportation Cabinet, and Matt Bullock is here to talk to us about how we're going to attack this together this year. Matt, come on up here.
As the mayor said, since about 2009, April 2009, so we're going on almost 8 years now, we've had a partnership with Louisville Metro government to fight snow and ice, as well as maintain our roads in Jefferson County. And it's been a really good partnership. We have pooled a lot of our resources. State has paid for, as the mayor mentioned, several trucks and equipment, plows, the large trucks as well as the small ones that supervisors run around and hit the hot spots, or well, the cold spots, I guess you could say. We do have 158 contract and state trucks in District 5, which is 8 counties surrounding Louisville. 56 of those are for Jefferson County alone. So with those 56, as the mayor mentioned, we hit the interstates Outside of Jefferson County, we have all the state routes, but Louisville Metro has done a great job for us handling all of these surface streets. So we're going to continue that. You may be wondering how the new East End Bridge and the bridges downtown and the new Kennedy interchange, we've supplemented our numbers that we've had in the past. We have 4 new trucks. They're going to be dedicated solely to the downtown interchange. They will handle both Kennedy, Lincoln, and 2nd Street Bridge. And on the East End, we've supplemented with two trucks. Now, that side of things, we actually, state of Kentucky has all the way over to the northern end of the new Harrods Creek Bridge, and the approach in the new East End Bridge is actually going to be maintained by NDOT, state of Indiana. So that's a little bit of change from when we've done things in the past, because we have some more infrastructure to take care of this year. So I want to take this opportunity to plug our new, what everybody might be familiar with, our 511 system. It's a phone that used to be, for about 20 years, we've had a phone call, 511 you could call, check on weather conditions. Well, that's become obsolete over the years. People don't pick up the phone and call anymore. It's usually, look at my phone or get on the computer. We have a new system called Go KY, Go Kentucky. So the web address is GOKY. .ky.gov, and it's going to have all the same functionality as the 511 system, except we've kind of moved into the digital age, give you weather reports, weather forecast, road conditions, accidents, what we have going on in construction. But it's a good resource. Check it out. It just went online, I guess, a couple days ago. So with that, I'll turn it back over. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay. So Matt, then, so we got our 2 new bridges. So so Kentucky managed the one downtown. So we have responsibility for that one, Kentucky. Correct. And then East End Bridge, whose name is yet to be known. To be determined. So Indiana is coming over to our border on that one?
Well, what we'll do is our trucks actually stop responsibility on the northern end of the Harrods Creek Bridge, but do the What's the Harrods Creek Bridge? It's the approach bridge right there at River Road before you go to the approach to the main span over the Ohio River. So they'll, if they're plowing, they'll pull up the plows at the end of that bridge and go into Indiana and turn back around and come back. NDOT has a responsibility from that point on, but we still have to go over to Indiana to turn around and come back and do the rest of our job.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you very much. Sounds like a government solution there. Okay, and then our toll booths are all electronic. They're up in the air, right? So there's no constraint there at all. Okay, good. All right, well, that'll be a new day for us, and I guess the bridges are going to be open mid-December or so. We announced that yet? Approximately there? That's approximately mid-December, so another 5 weeks or so. Okay, so then let's get local here, and that's JCPS, Jefferson County Public Schools. As you know, they've got to make the tough call, before 2, 3 in the morning on whether or not they need to call the school off or not when it gets real sketchy here. And they're kind of, if they do it, they're bad guys. If they don't do it, they're bad guys. Sometimes they're heroes. It depends on who you talk to. And they've got a new person in charge of making the decisions this year, and that's Randy Frantz. He's the Director of Transportation Services for JCPS. So please welcome Randy.
Thank you, Mayor. Good morning. As the mayor stated, my name is Randy, or better known as the guy that replaced Rick Cable. So that's me. I wanted to take just a few minutes this morning to thank the mayor, the city of Louisville, the Kentucky Department of Transportation, and everyone here around us for your dedication to the city of Louisville. So give yourself a... Without your support, we could not do our job, and that's provide safe transportation to 70,000 Jefferson County public school students. So thank you. I would also like to take this time to thank the JCPS transportation team who works tirelessly to ensure that we can provide and make learning possible. Without their support, none of this happens during inclement weather. I'm pretty sure that we're ready for the late nights and even earlier mornings. So we look forward to working with you, and here's to no snow this winter. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Randy. Be a good first year for you. Now, the man we always want to hear from, National Weather Service. And he brought a prop this year, I believe, right? Oh, look at this, yes, What is really going on here? I mean, everybody's enjoying this weather we're having right now, but it's just not right. So, so tell us a little bit about that and tell us what we're going to look forward to until spring arrives. All right? Joe Sullivan.
Well, I did bring my prop. It's my crystal ball, and as you can see, it's very, very cloudy on the crystal ball. So there's a lot of things that we can look at. We look at things that like El Nino, La Nina, these other oscillations, and so I've looked at all those, and guess what? You know what our average or normal snowfall is? In Louisville, we've had everywhere from 1 inch to 50 inches of snow in a winter. And our normal, the so-called normal 30-year average is 12 inches. And looking through all this stuff here, guess what we're coming up with? Somewhere around normal. So now, the thing to keep in mind, though, is normal is anywhere between 1 and 50 inches, so I can't lose on this forecast. But it does look, seriously, it looks like it's not going to be one of those things with double-digit snowfall shutting down the city. That's the good news, Mayor. Now, the bad news is it looks like it could be death by 1,000 paper cuts with all those little half-inch to 1-inch snowfalls. And that's not good for the man who replaced Rick Cables. You know, Randy, sorry about that, but those little 1-inch snowfalls are the ones that really, you know, tear up the interstate and get people all messed up, and everybody slides into each other. We had a summer student last year that did a really, really in-depth study for us based on accidents, and we found that those are the biggest problems for traffic in Louisville. So my forecast is for, if you use Google Maps, you're going to see a lot of red lines this year. Not every day, but when we have them, it won't be a lot of snow. So now, having said all that, I went back and looked at which year we match up best with, and that's the winter of 1983-84. Does anybody remember that year? No, that's a good thing, right? It's not one of those years that everybody remembers, so that's a good thing. However, we did have some record low temperatures right before Christmas where we were below zero. So the moral of this story is enjoy the nice weather today, because it is going to get cold and we will have some snow.
It's amazing. How much do you get paid to make a forecast like that? All right, folks, well, that's kind of the story. Thanks again to the snow team, all you guys getting ready to go. It sounds like we're going to be busy doing a bunch of small cleanups here and there. So with that, we're happy to take any questions. All right, thanks, everybody, for coming today.